Hi, everyone. Welcome back to No Playbook Needed. I'm your host, Sierra, and this is where we talk sports, life, and quite literally everything in between. Today's guest is my friend Danielle, and we've known each other for a very long time, and we actually had a little bit similar past, at least in the beginning. So I'm very excited for everybody to hear her story. Every stage of her life has required a different version of her, and that's exactly why I wanted to have this conversation. So everybody say hi and welcome Danielle to No Playbook Needed.
Hey,
Hi,
excited to be
girl.
here.
Yes, I'm so excited. We're so excited to have you here. How are you doing?
Good. I am just in the thick of it in motherhood and like life is just lifing and we're here
Yeah.
and you know, it's been great. Things are great and I'm just so excited to talk to you and I know we chatted a little bit before this, but it's so nice to be able to reconnect with people who you have such deep connections to from, for 20 years.
Yes.
So to be able to catch up with you is just so exciting to me and I'm just so happy that you're doing this and so proud of you for putting yourself out there because this is a really hard thing to do. So like thanks for inviting me into your space and
Yeah.
making a space like this because it's really important.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I love you so much for
I love
saying
you.
that. But no, I
Yeah.
was like literally from the bottom of my soul was so excited when you were like, heck yeah, I'll come on. I was like, oh my God, because we have not kept in touch like we should
Yeah.
have over the
Yeah.
last few
Yeah.
years. But I am just like, I'm so excited for you to be able to share your story. And I'm so excited to have the platform and to give the platform
Yes. Yes.
to you and anybody like that. So if you want to dive right in, more than welcome
Let's
to.
do
Do you want
it.
to give a little tidbit?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So, like I said, Danielle, I am now a Clevelander. So, I have been in Cleveland for going on 6 years. So, came here in 2020 in the depths of COVID, married my husband here, came to Cleveland because of my husband. And so, here we are now 6 years later with our daughter, August, who is about to be 16 months on the 16th in a couple of days. Um, and we met back in Albany, so where Sierra and I are from, back in the capital region of New York. So yeah, there's some other info there, but like that's where we landed. Here is where we are now. We love it, and it's been really a really special few years. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I love that so much because obviously I've known you since we were saying middle school,
yeah,
actually.
yes,
I would say we were definitely got a little closer because I was only at our middle school for 1 year before we went to
yes,
high school. So like I
yeah,
got closer with people kind of more in high
yeah.
school. And just to see you like grow and thrive, like makes
Thank
my
you.
heart
That's
so
how I
like
feel
it just makes
about
my
you.
heart sing. I love it. So one thing that I love that Danielle and I have in common is that we were both dancers. I have
Yes.
to say though, and I was thinking about this when we were talking earlier, I genuinely wished that back in high school when because we danced at different dance studios, so we
Yeah.
never technically danced together. I don't think
Right.
ever.
No.
And I genuinely wish that like we had done something back in the day and like had done even if it was like a talent show or something.
Same.
Looking back and reflecting, I'm like, oh my God, we should have done, like, I wish we had done something, but I
Yes.
know it's a big part of our lives. So
Yeah.
let's start there if you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you want to, yeah, give your like dancer kind of background, backstory.
Yeah, for sure. And I also want to say, like, I also agree and wish we did something, but I always thought that you were like
Don't
so
say it.
above where I was. Yes,
No.
because 100%, because genuinely, like, you could do all of the tricks and stuff that I was never like in the acrobatic like space. I couldn't do any of that. Cheerleading wasn't for me. Like, we did that. That was a very short period. I was always
Yeah.
like, just dance. Like, I want to dance, but
Yeah.
like, jumps, tricks, like, not me. Like, I'm a hip hop
I
girly through and through. Like, I,
No, it's so
yeah.
funny because like I was always so jealous of you because I was like the dainty ballerina
No,
who could
yes, we
do the
run.
fun tricks, but you could do the hip hop and
Yeah,
I was so jealous because I'm like I literally was too ballerina to
that's
be a
how
hip
I
hopper.
felt. I wanted to be more graceful. I was like, I'm just not. And my mom would always tell me,
You
she's
could
like, you're
have
not
meshed
graceful. I'm
us
like, thank
together
you.
and we would have been the perfect dancer.
Yes, we would have gone pro. That's amazing. Yeah, so background danced since I was 3 and like kind of bounced around from a couple of different studios. Started at Broadway Dance Studio, then they closed, went to Eleanor's School of Dance, then went to Ferrara's. That was a tough jump for me, like just to say that out loud, just because I was doing some competitions and then eventually my mom was like, this is too much. Like it's super expensive. I don't want to travel and do all this. Like we're gonna put you now in a studio that's not super focused on that and is closer to home. So it's no shade to the dance studio that I went to at all after. It just started to slowly not become as big of a part of my life as I got into high school, I think is when I transitioned and went to a different studio. So that was tough because it was kind of against my own will and just like what my
Hmm.
mom was willing to do at the time for dance because dance is expensive, costumes, all the things like competitions, just traveling. And she's like, yeah, we can't do this anymore. So slowed down a bit, but still was very much important to me, and just loved dancing to dance. It was my one thing. Like we talked about this, like our identity, like D was for dance. Danielle, like people were like, what do you like to do? I dance. Like that was the thing. And how I got into dance was my dad. My dad has always been a ballroom dancer. So at the teen towns, like this was embarrassing at the time. Back then, like if you would have told like sixth grade, seventh grade me, like you're going to be grateful for this later on in life. Like, no, because at the teen towns that we had, I'm on the corner, like hiding, and my dad is leading the Macarena. Like, absolutely not. Like, so embarrassing at the time. I'm like, oh my God, my dad is up there again. But like, all of our classmates like ate it up. Like, everyone's like,
Loved it.
absolutely, like,
Loved
let's get into it.
it.
But like, ballroom dancing is just so, like, I didn't put as much emphasis on how incredible it really is and
How
like
beautiful it is.
how
Yeah.
beautiful it is and like how powerful it is too and like how incredible it is for like males to dance, like all of that to say he's so incredible and has instilled so much in me for dance, and that is why I continued on with dance and then took some time off, went to college, did like the club teams. So like at Hudson Valley there was a club team, danced
Yep.
for their football and basketball team, did the club team again. It was like an organization at U Albany when I transferred. It wasn't everything at the time. Like I was way more focused on getting my degree in social work, which is what I got my master's in. And so did that for a little bit and then stopped and just was working like once I graduated in 2016. And it took a couple of years, but then eventually the job that I was at, my coworkers at the time, shout out to Neil and Judy, they were like, "Hey, there's this arena football franchise that like has open casting for dancers. Like you should totally do it. We're gonna get season tickets." Like they loved football. They had done it in 2018, and I was like, I don't know. Like I haven't danced in years. Like I don't know if I still got it. Long story short, tried
She
out.
still got it.
Long story short, we made the team. It was awesome. And I felt like I got my spark back. Like I felt like I had dimmed my light. Like I was just like almost depressed, to be honest with you, coming out of college as a social worker, going and working in foster care with pregnant and parenting teen moms. So I was doing some really heavy work as the counselor there. Like it was a lot. And I was just taking home a lot of other people's trauma each day. And I didn't know how to take care of myself at the time as like a fresh out of college, 20-some-year-old. Like that was very empathetic and I still am. I was taking on everyone else's emotions and I was not
Neglecting your
okay.
own.
I
Yeah.
was neglecting my own for a long time. And so I did that for some years and then this happened and it like reignited who I am, who I was. I like luckily found some of my best friends and my husband like through that experience, which was so incredible. Shout out to all of my friends that I've made through that team.
That's what
But
dance can do. Dance
yes,
can really bring you some of the best people you know into your life.
exactly. That community is so important. So people that I wouldn't have known that like lived in the capital region too, but we're all from different walks of life, different schools, different ages. So yeah, they were just so crucial during the time. And then obviously my husband CT, who was playing for Albany Empire as a wide receiver, number 11, like that was my guy. And here we are, years later. I will forever hold dance so close to my heart because of where it has led me now. And even here in Cleveland, like we have this cool organization here that is called Cleveland Dance Project, and it's an all adult dance community that you can be a beginner, you can be advanced, you can be a professional, like it doesn't matter. But the founder, Anna, she has given so many people the space to be able to create, choreograph, show up and do weekly classes. Like I've been able to lead classes, I've been able to be a part of classes. I'm choreographing a Slim Shady a mix piece for this season that we're doing right now. And it's really special. And then she's created a really cool community. So that's something that I've been able to continue doing just once a week for an hour and a half. It's something,
Yeah.
keeps me going. But yeah, it's really fun. And I know that was just like a lot of info on dance, but like it really
No.
has it clearly, as I'm
No.
reflecting, it has shaped a lot of my life. So,
Well, one of my questions was going to be, I already know the answer to this,
yeah.
but like, did those activities and did dance, was that a part of your identity? And is it still a part of your identity today?
Yes, yeah, it really was. And I think at the time I probably didn't know it as much. When you don't like reflect as a middle schooler, high schooler, you're just like, yeah, this is just who I am. Like, yes, I love dance,
It's
but
my
like
thing.
it's my thing, like sure. But reflecting back, like it really did shape a lot of who I was and am, and clearly like has just like led me to where I was meant to be many years later. So yeah, very, very grateful for that.
Yeah. And one random little tidbit that I want to
Yeah,
share. When CT was playing for the Albany Empire,
yeah,
my husband, who was only my boyfriend at the
yeah,
time, actually was working in the front office as their like
yes.
head of ticketing. So James and CT technically knew each other. And then obviously Danielle and I have been friends for literally ever. But you want to talk
I
about
think
how
that's so
small
fun.
Albany is?
Yeah,
That is a perfect
that
example.
we
Yeah.
miss it, but it's still cool. Like Firebirds are doing their thing, but yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. I know it was so sad when the whole kind of league ended up going
Yes,
away and stuff like
yeah,
that. That was, I mean, James had just gotten out, literally. He was there only a year. He was only there
okay,
for their 2018 season, but then went
got
to
it.
work at the Times Union Center, which is where the
Right.
team
Yep.
plays. So he was still very involved because he
Yes.
knew the Empire front
Yeah.
office, obviously, because he worked with them for a year. So when
Yeah.
he made the transition to actually working for the Times Union Center, that was
Yeah.
still his,
Yeah.
thing, which is
Yeah.
also why he still knew the players and we
Yeah.
still went to all the games and stuff like
Yeah.
that the following year. But that was a really hard thing to watch the Capital Region lose
Yeah.
because it was
Yes.
so, for anybody that doesn't know this, like arena football was like such a pillar in
Yes.
Albany.
Yeah, it
It,
was.
went all the way back to what I think the 90s, I think
Yeah.
it was, and
Yep.
Antonio Brown's dad,
Yes.
like, touchdown Eddie Brown or
And touchdown
whatever
Eddie
was
Brown. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the face, and
Yep.
he played in Albany and it was such a pillar in Albany. So
Yeah.
it was gone for a little bit, reintroduced with the Albany Empire. They were only there
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
2 years. Went away. COVID happened.
COVID
So like,
happened.
yeah, COVID happened. They brought it back.
Yeah.
I think it went away again, and then they brought
Yeah.
Firebirds back. You might
Different.
know a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Different league, NAL, then brought
Yes.
back
Okay.
Firebirds. Now, one of my good friends, her partner is there and like working and in it and
Oh,
like very
nice.
much still like in
Yeah, a thing. No,
ingrained. Yeah, yeah,
that makes my heart so happy because I
yeah.
know what that did for the community in
Yes.
2018,
Yes.
2019.
Yes.
So now that we've kind of gotten through COVID and we're on
Yeah.
the other side of COVID, that's definitely something the Albany community needs.
Still
So,
needs, right, right. Yeah, such a special organization and just like for fans, like to have sports right there, I think is super
yeah.
cool. And like here in Cleveland, like I feel like we're so lucky and I don't and
Yes.
I try not to take it for granted. Like we can go 15 minutes and be at the Brown Stadium. The Browns aren't good. But like
It's okay.
we can be there though and like experience an NFL game. We can go then 5 minutes from there and go to a Guardians game for baseball or then
Baseball.
go down the street and go to Rocket Mortgage where the Cavs play. Like I've been to all of those games, which is just so cool. It's just like a different experience. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like we obviously have teams in New York, but like you'd have to travel a bit
No, you have to
to get
go.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's nice that it's in your backyard. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
Very lucky
obviously
for
with your
that.
husband being so heavily into sports,
Yes.
obviously that's
Yes.
awesome. I mean, same. It's funny because like your husband is like the athlete, where my husband
Yeah.
is just like on the other side of like the
But still very much
admin,
involved.
but very, very much involved.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Love it.
Exactly. So, okay, you mentioned that you got your degree in social work and
Yeah.
all of that. So,
Yep.
switching gears into that,
Yeah.
what drew you to social work?
Yeah. I think like when I reflect back, I just always knew I wanted to help people.
That
And
doesn't
like,
surprise me, knowing you after
yeah,
all
thank
these
you for saying
years.
that.
Like,
Thank you
yeah,
for saying that. I always wanted to
I
help
wanted
people.
to say, like, you genuinely
Yeah.
made for you.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I genuinely, that's how I felt. Like, I always wanted to help people. I didn't know that social work was a thing, though, to be honest with you. When I first went to Hudson Valley, I wasn't sure if I was going to go like the psych route. Like everyone always just talked about psychology, and I was like, yeah. And then I remember sitting down with one of the advisors, and she's like, "You want to help people?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What capacity?" And like we had just talked through it and explored that a little bit further. And she was like, "Okay, so there's actually like a human services degree you can get here, and then go on to social work, and this is what it could look like." And I'm like, that sounds like 1,000% like what I want to do. But I really wanted to focus more on just like helping families holistically, helping kids holistically, like finding them services, doing what I needed to do for them, because I always felt like too, as a middle schooler, high schooler, like navigating that time, like that's like my go-to age that I work with. I always felt like I didn't have necessarily that person that I could go to, like a safe adult that
Mhm.
I could talk to and like navigate all of the craziness that goes on during those years where you're going through puberty, like all of the things, like I didn't feel like I had that. So I knew that I wanted to be that for other children and just like provide that safe space. So that's kind of what got me into social work. And then fast forward, I go through the BSW and MSW program at UAlbany, have some internships, have some different opportunities working in foster care prevention, working in child sexual abuse cases, like doing a lot of really important, deep work.
Mhm.
And then get into, my first job where I worked for about 5 years, working for youth in foster care that are pregnant and parenting teen moms. And I was kind of bouncing around from house to house. It's nonprofit work. They kind of put me in different places. I was there. I was at another house that eventually closed and lost funding, which was for runaway and homeless youth. Again, experiencing pregnancy, being parenting teens as well. So like always like I kind of jumped into the motherhood space like without intentionally doing that, and
Yes.
then moved to Cleveland and then worked for the last, I mean, since 2020, I've been a part of this other organization, which is an incredible organization that we work with kids 6 through 6 years post-secondary. So after they graduate high school, I was director of a program that was just for the 6th and 11th graders. They come from all different schools throughout Cleveland and Akron. And it's because they're getting good grades, they're nominated by their teachers, and they just need a little bit of additional support. We provide scholarship funds for them to go to college after, or do whatever they're going to do once they graduate high school, just to give them a little bit of a boost. And actually, this last summer, I peeled back a bit and stepped down from that role to work part-time and be kind of a stay-at-home mom. That was really huge for me, and just a really big decision. I've always just poured everything into other people. Like I always just want to do better for the communities that I'm in and the kids that I'm working with.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. Was there ever a moment where like you questioned, like I feel like social work can be heavy, kind of like you
Yeah, it
mentioned.
is. Yeah.
Was there ever a point in your career where you were like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
too much? Is this actually right for me? Anything like that?
Yeah. It's funny because I think when you get out of college, like you graduate with your degree, you're like, I'm gonna change the world. And then you like
Yeah,
so quickly realize like, no, like the systems are just set up against everything that you're trying to do. It's so much harder than you think it is, and you get into it and it's like, oh, this is what people are so jaded in
yeah,
this line of work. And so I think it's easy to get kind of caught up in that. And so I definitely had moments where I was like, is this the right thing? I don't know what else I would be doing though, to be honest with you. Like I always just wanted to help others, and that's what I just like know that I'm good at. So like I questioned it, but I also was like, but what else would I do? And have not really questioned it since, besides deciding to kind of leave full time and
yeah.
take that leap and just really lean into giving all of my time and energy to my daughter. So definitely had questions here and there, but kind of stuck through it. And again, like I think keeping dancing to be able to balance out the heaviness of social work and being in
For
those spaces,
sure.
that outlet for me allowed me to continue to do the hard work and still take care of me once I found that again.
Yeah, no, I love that. What has working in that environment taught you about yourself?
Ooh, yeah. It has definitely taught me that I can stay pretty calm in chaotic situations, which like I don't know that I would have known that about myself previously, but definitely like when I don't know if I can swear on here, when shit hits the fan,
Go for it.
when things get crazy, like I can, when I need to, like I can bring it
Yes,
down and stay calm and do what needs to happen, which I think is just an important skill to have, and to be able to meet others where they're at, but also like keep them grounded, like being able to shift priorities and do
mhm.
what I need to do. Just adaptability, it definitely has taught me that too about myself. So
Yeah,
yeah.
adaptability is definitely a great trait to have, especially
Yeah.
in, I would say the world now,
Yes.
not
Yes.
just
Oh
your
my
career.
gosh. Yeah. Yep. Yes. The
Yeah,
flexibility. Oh my gosh. Yeah. For
yeah.
sure.
So, has your definition of success changed over time?
Yes. 100%. I always was like, I'm gonna like be this badass, like working, like
Yep.
girl, woman, like that's gonna be
Mhm.
me, and I'm going to change so many people's lives and like do all this stuff. And again, not in like a selfish way, but I just wanted to like impact so many people. I'm like, I want
Mhm.
to just impact, make an impact. And to me, that was what success looked like. Now, success looks like peace to me. Like I have just
I love that
shifted.
answer so much.
Yes, I have just shifted like this like boss energy of like wanting to like do all the things and operate up here and like do everything, work a ton, do all of this stuff. I'm still operating at a high level, but in a different capacity that is more calming and centered and just peaceful. Like, I think genuine peace, stability, and happiness to me is now what success looks like, and health too. Like, that's to me that is success. Like, it no longer is measured in dance,
Yeah.
competitions,
Your
my
career,
career. Like,
money,
it's
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that anymore for me,
Yeah.
for sure.
I will die on this hill. And I said this my episode with Kayla, who you
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
when I turned 30,
Yeah.
that mindset shift of protecting my peace
Yes.
basically has become my personality at this
Yeah.
point. Like protecting my peace is success to me.
Yes.
So I love and resonate with all of that.
Yes.
Minus the
Yes.
mom part, but
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it.
No, but you understand. Like, it's so important, us millennials in general. I just think we're just such a different generation of trying to make change, like things that we didn't necessarily have. Like, we're like, nope, we're changing it, and it's gonna be different for generations to come, and for our children, and for whoever, you know what I mean, for everybody else, for the world. So I think that that's super important. And yes, like being at peace, like there's just something that it just feels necessary, and it is necessary. Like for long-term health, like I can't operate up here totally stressed all the time, and not take care of myself. So like, nope, like
Exactly.
toxic energy gone, like
Gone.
relationships
Yeah.
that aren't working for me gone, like whatever it is, like I'm going to put up boundaries. I think boundaries is just like
Yes.
a really
Yeah.
big thing. Like
Scream it louder.
boundaries. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Scream it
Boundaries.
louder.
Yes, boundaries. We're having boundaries now, people. So allow the same cycles to happen. And it's like, nope,
No.
no
Yep.
friend, we're not doing that.
I literally cannot, absolutely cannot agree more.
Yeah,
And I know you've said that you've navigated a couple different transitions in your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Who and what has helped you navigate those transitions?
Yeah, that's a great question. I will shout my husband out. Like he has changed my life in just so many ways, and I'll try not to get emotional just because it's just like hard to talk about yourself and like
Yeah.
be vulnerable and like open up, but I think it's such a skill too. So like I'm just glad we're having this conversation. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has changed my life for the better. He is somebody that I just admire so much because he's always trying to level up and just improve himself. He's like a walking self-help book, and like is always trying to do new things and prove himself wrong. So I'm just always looking at him like, wow, I'm so inspired by you. And he's just inspired me so much to make changes to be the best version of myself, because he's always trying to be the best version of himself. And I think somebody pouring that into you, that's your partner, I just think it's so special. And I feel like that's like what genuine love is about. Like, I'm not gonna lie, motherhood, it kicks your ass. It is a lot, but like
Mhm.
it's also the best thing ever. So yeah, my daughter, having her like has definitely also like lit a fire in me to be the best version of myself and to, protect her at all costs. Like that is what I put all my energy into.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two, those are my rocks, my whys for sure.
Yeah. No, I know I said this, in a previous episode, like my husband and I do not have
Yeah.
children.
Yes.
That is a choice that we have made.
Yes. Yes.
And I said it and I'll say it again and I'll say it with my whole chest. Parenting is by far the hardest job
Yeah.
there is out there. And
Yes.
I don't want the hardest job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anytime I talk to somebody who is a parent, and I
Yeah.
love like watching
Yeah.
friends of mine like you
Yes.
grow their families. I mentioned this to you offline. I love talking to parents because I
Yeah.
love watching you guys light up. Like I
Yeah.
love you can see even through a screen, it just
Yes.
radiates and it's so gorgeous. So I
Yes.
love that so much for you guys.
Thank you. And kudos to you for like knowing that about yourself. I'm
More
so
power
happy
to
for you. More power to you, because
yeah.
amazing. Now you get to, do different things that like I may not get to do, and like vice versa. You know what I mean? Like it's just a different
Yeah.
path. And I think it's so special that we can choose. Like that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things for me. You say choose, and it's really funny because it's like I didn't realize until I was 22 that I could choose.
Yeah.
Because it's just
It's like
it's
ingrained.
fed to you on a silver platter your whole
Yes.
life,
Yes.
especially being a female, that
Yep.
like you should be a mom. You're meant to be a
Yeah.
mom. It's your right to be a mom. And it's just like, but that's not the path.
Yeah. It doesn't feel right.
It was a path I didn't think I could choose.
Yeah.
And I love that our generation, you talk about being a
Yes.
millennial.
Yes.
I feel like our generation is so much more open and expressive about it and
Accepting.
also accepting
Yes. A
of
thousand percent.
it.
Yes.
Like the whole thing about this show that I keep saying to
Yes.
everybody is there's no playbook for life and
Yes.
parenting is one of them and we're just here for I just said it to my coworker yesterday. I was like, I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. And it's just
Yes.
like
Yes.
I'm going to navigate, life the way I see fit. And
Yeah.
I love that you and a lot of, our friends and family and stuff
Yep.
like that is doing that they're
Yeah.
blazing their own trail.
Yes.
And it's so admirable and I love it so much. And I
Yeah.
feel like you're a great example of that.
Yes. Thank you. No, agreed.
Okay. So what have you learned about yourself since becoming a mom?
Yeah. I I think I've just learned that I can do really hard things that I didn't think that I would be able to get through. Like before becoming a mom, you anticipate like pregnancy and birth and all of the things that are just so scary and like rightfully so. It's scary. You're putting your life on the line, you're putting your child's life on the line. Like birth is not a joke. Getting through that and then like raising a human being,
A
there's just
whole
hard
human
a whole
being.
human being. Like there are so many things that you're like, oh yeah, I don't think I'll handle this. Like, how am I going to handle no sleep? Like, I haven't slept a full 8 hours in a year and a half. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, there are
Yes.
things that like you just do that you just navigate through, and it's like, whoa, like here we are another day, and it's just something that I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm just grateful to be able to get through, the hard things that like I feel like aren't always talked about too enough. And just motherhood. Like, it's just the system's not set up for us. Motherhood's hard. Being a mom is hard. Nursing is hard. Like, all of that is so hard. Your body is not the same. And like,
Yeah.
you're navigating a new identity. And like, the time that you have during the day, like, isn't there, it's just like all the things. So doing that has surprised me about myself, that I could do it just in general, like
Yeah.
just doing it.
Your strength.
Yes,
Your strength.
yes.
Okay, so this is the one question that I always ask everybody who
Yeah.
comes on, and that is, when did you realize that there was no playbook for life?
I think leaving high school, once you're like out of that bubble and realize there are other things out there and other opportunities out there and other people out there, I think that is when I was like, oh, wait a second, like I thought my life was going to look this way. And then like you navigate relationship changes and like
Yep.
different things. And it's like, oh, like this is a different path than I thought I was going to take, but it was the right one. Getting into college and all of that, I think that was like my moment of
Especially with your
realizing.
line of work, I could
Yes.
totally see. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
could
Like
totally
being introduced to things where it's like I've lived such like a sheltered, privileged life where it's like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
it's so different. It's opened my eyes a lot. Moving has opened my eyes a lot. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, realizing too, even like my job, leading a program and then being like, I'm gonna step back and be at home mostly. Like I never saw that for myself. But that's like where I'm like, I genuinely feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like this is where I'm supposed to put my energy. There's no playbook for it. Like you said, like you're gonna do what feels right
Yeah.
for you and for your family at the time. And this is where we are.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm very excited to hear your answer. You've gone through quite a few chapters of life.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone entering a new chapter in their life?
Be open. Like just be open to it. The opportunities that are presented to you, take them. You only live once. YOLO. We're so like, okay, I could go on a drink tangent. Like
sounds
this is
cringe,
so
but
funny.
like
It says yes.
literally.
I feel like that was like our motto, the motto. YOLO.
Because it
Anyways,
was.
it was like that was our thing for sure. But no, genuinely, like take it, be open to it. Don't shut things down. Like I think I was just somebody that was like so like growing up like one track minded, like this is what it's gonna be. Not just like from that was what I was getting at home.
That's what
Like
everyone got. That was a very normalized
yes,
thing.
this is what it's gonna be. Here's your path. Da 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 da. Like
If you do this, it's automatically going to get you that. And I think
yes.
millennials learned very quickly that that was some
Not
bullshit.
true. It was some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah. Not true at all. So yeah, 100%. Take the opportunities, do all the things, expand your horizon. Like talk to new people, take it all in, try new things, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable because it's
Yeah.
hard to try new things and to get to know people. But when you put yourself out there, good things will come back.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Love that so much. I think as we've mentioned, I think vulnerability is
Yes.
becoming a more common thing. And I could not have said that better myself because I really hope that the generations that come after us can feel, okay, I'm good. Like I'm okay to express myself no matter
Yes.
what that looks like or what that may be.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Okay, one last question
Yeah.
before we wrap up.
Okay.
And that is, what are you still learning about yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like, and not to relate everything back to motherhood, but it just is,
No,
I'm so
absolutely.
ingrained in it right now.
Yeah.
I think just like learning who I am at every next chapter, like things that she's experiencing, my daughter, like, okay, she's a toddler now. Like, we're walking, like, we're exploring the world differently. Like, I'm learning almost to like go back and nurture that part of myself and learn alongside her.
Yeah.
Things that like she's taking in, like I'm also taking it in, feels like for the first
Almost with a different
time. Different
lens.
lens,
Almost with,
yes.
yeah. Yeah,
With a
yeah,
different
yeah.
lens for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been really cool to like just learn alongside her and learn who I am as, somebody who's educating another human being and teaching them. I don't want to fully lose myself. I feel like you do lose
Yeah.
a part of yourself in motherhood and not in a bad way, but just like you're
Yeah.
shedding your skin and becoming a different human. So yeah, like just learning with each chapter, each year that comes on.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's exciting.
That's so much for you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I cannot thank you enough, literally from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I think a lot of it, if not all of it, will resonate with people, and
I
that's,
hope
the whole
so.
reason why I'm here. So, thank you
Thank
so much
you.
again. I love you so much. I have so much admiration for you.
Yes, that's how
Seriously,
I
I love
feel
you.
genuinely. Like, thank you for
Yeah.
starting this and thank you
Yeah.
for again creating a space. And I think the more people that come on, like you will just continue to impact even further
I
and
hope
and
so.
reach an audience that like again, we're here, we're resonating. I'm watching it like on the back end from Cleveland. I know we're in different
Yeah.
spaces now, but like I'm along for the ride and I'm excited for you and this is
I
awesome. So
love
thank
that so
you.
much. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining this week's episode on No Playbook Needed, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.